Tell me what's been going on in your life.
Okay. Let's see. I ended recently almost 5-year relationship.
Okay.
November I moved out. Sorry, I'm having a really hard day.
Yeah.
Um, and then of course I met somebody recently, and became really attached really quickly to someone who's emotionally unavailable, and so I'm dealing with that and tons of anxiety. I have so much anxiety. Like panic attack today, especially. I just moved back to the Runyon area, and I'm currently on unemployment. I have income, but just not enough. So I need like a bar job or something, which I'm looking for. Hopefully I'll get that soon, since I know people in the industry. Oh, thank you. Outside of that, I mean, the career is growing, so that's good. Advocacy. I'm doing a lot of consulting, pharmaceutical as well, and advisory board with the Martin Delaney Collaboratories, HIV cure research. They're NIH funded. So things are growing in a really good way. I'm just not quite at the point where I can be full time in it.
And this kind of hurts right now.
Is that the heart?
It's
Yeah.
your heart.
Yes.
Assuming you have one.
Yes.
You have
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. So I just feel really lonely.
So, tell me about your friends.
I was just talking about this in therapy. I have friends. I don't have a lot of friends. And I kind of always have felt like I can't deeply connect to a lot of people. So I'm very particular. And so with this person that I met, it was like someone that I could deeply connect with. And so I think when I do get it, I'm desperate about it. I was just Googling it on the way over here. Why have I always not been able to connect in that way? And it was like a Reddit subreddit, INFJs, the personality type, Myers-Briggs, and that's what I am. And I was like, oh, and so there was this whole like subreddit of people talking about having this kind of experience where they connect with a bunch of people and they can understand others emotionally, but not necessarily in reverse as easily. So interesting.
You have a therapist.
I do. Third session, so we're just starting.
Oh, so it's a new therapist. Okay.
Yeah.
How's your sleep?
It's okay.
Okay.
If I have anxiety and I take 2 PMs just to make sure I fall asleep.
How's your exercise?
Good.
So that's stable. That's a stable part of your life.
That's where I go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I
Tell me more about your friends. You said you have friends, not a huge number. And where are they geographically in relation to you? How often do you see them? How hard is it to see them?
It's not hard to see them. Maybe once every couple weeks or a few weeks or so, but we DM and text pretty regularly.
Okay. What feeds your soul?
My content, all that stuff that I'm doing.
Okay.
It excites me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Is there more that feeds your soul? That makes you feel that life is worth living?
My dog.
Your dog.
Yeah.
How long you had your dog? How old's your dog?
I rescued him like 6 years ago. Presumably he was 2 or 3 years old when I rescued him, so like 8 or 9 now.
Great.
Yeah.
Good. When's the last time you saw your Kaiser doc?
I want to say like November or December. It was a new doctor that I switched to.
And they did labs then?
Oh, maybe that was October.
Okay, so it's been a few months. So we'll get some labs while you're here.
Yeah. Do you need me to link that
I
stuff?
can get a lot of your Kaiser labs.
Okay.
Because a lot of that stuff is sort of, there are these firewalls, but a lot of it's kind of available.
Okay.
And there's probably not anything that's that new and different. So you're taking Biktarvy, and you've been getting it from Kaiser, right?
No, I'm on Dovato.
You're on Dovato.
Sorry,
You're not on Bicard.
she asked me that earlier and I didn't even catch it.
Okay. We will switch that. How long have you been on Dovato?
Since 2023, I want to say.
Do you remember any memory of why you switched from Biktarvy to Dovato? Not that there's no problem.
Yeah.
Just kind of curious.
I was curious about trying it since it was a 2-drug regimen, and
you said about how long? You think
I
roughly?
think 2023, like fall.
Perfect.
I was having gastrointestinal issues too that were increasingly getting worse.
Okay.
So I just wanted to try and see if it would get better after, and it did.
Okay. Do you take Xanax from time to time?
I do.
About how often?
Generally, I would say maybe once or twice a month. Now,
okay.
I would if I could.
You would if you could what?
Take it more often.
Take it more often. But you take it not very often.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was actually going to inquire if there's something else, because I know last time I talked about it here, they were trying to talk me into something else. If there's something that's, I don't know, I just feel like the adrenaline and the anxiety is really, really extreme.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like,
okay.
At least for this period while I'm...
Yeah. Are you aware of, I mean, you're pretty savvy and aware of stuff going on in the medical world. What are you aware of?
As far as treating that?
Yeah.
I didn't do a whole lot of research.
Anxiety.
I just heard of beta blockers.
Beta blockers are an option for certain types of anxiety.
Okay.
And they're really safe, so we can easily play around with those.
Okay.
As an option. They're particularly good for like social anxiety. Or if you're going to perform, if you're going to be in front of it on a stage, in front of a camera, you know, that rapid heart rate thing where you get sweaty and your heart's beating.
I guess it's not really that, because I take my heart rate and it's normal.
They don't really take care of general worry or just sort of general anxiousness. Like, maybe a little bit. Like
even now, just like waves of, I don't know if it's adrenaline or what.
It may help a little bit with that. And again, it's really safer than Xanax. It's not habit forming the way Xanax can be. Xanax is really a Band-Aid that'll just sort of keep people out, prevent people from having a full-on meltdown panic attack. Yeah. And that's good. We don't want people having panic attacks. Yeah. But it is nothing but a Band-Aid. And they start to lose their efficacy over time, and they can be a bit addicting. Okay. So not ideal for long-term stuff. Beta blockers are perfectly fine. There's another whole class of medication called selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, or SSRIs. Those can be really good. They don't work quickly. Okay. So you have to take them for several weeks, and they also, for some people, can have some side effects, which are often pretty mild. Okay. But the benefits they bring in terms of decreasing overall anxiety is pretty huge. Okay. So that's worth thinking about. And now there's some alternative, or I shouldn't say alternative, newer therapies that are out there too, that are really being helpful for many people. Things like ketamine is another option worth keeping in the back of our minds. It's nice knowing, I think, that there are options out there. Okay. You're not without hope.
Okay. And is that something that if I'm curious about, I would pursue here, or how does that?
I would send you to a specialist who does that.
Okay.
So the main thing I want you to know is, there's other stuff to try. Okay. Yeah. And ketamine's not a newer therapy. It's been around for a long, long time, but it's newer in terms of using it for larger numbers of people to treat anxiety and depression. Okay. And it's pretty phenomenally effective. Okay. So the main message I want you to get is there's hope, there's options. Okay. And you're not going to feel this way forever. Yeah. Thank you. That's the most important part. And yeah, let's just try a beta blocker because it's so easy and safe. Okay. And if that works, fantastic. If it doesn't, try something else. Okay.
I'm down.
How's that sound?
Great. I got a hair transplant February of last year. I lowered my hairline by 3/4 of an inch or so.
Looks fantastic. I would have never guessed. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. If someone looks at you and knows, that's not such a good thing.
Problem.
Yours looks great.
Okay, thanks.
No idea.
So I'm on finasteride, of course. I was suggested by someone else who had a hair transplant that I should also be on minoxidil.
It's marginally helpful. It's
Okay.
not going to hurt you.
No?
No, it's not going to hurt at all. Works by a completely different mechanism of action. It helps with a different type of hair growth, kind of with fine hair.
Mm-hmm.
What finasteride does is it decreases the rate of that male pattern thing, the hairline going back, the bald spot here. Minoxidil just helps with hair growth everywhere.
Okay.
It's really subtle. It's really slow.
Okay.
So you have to think, oh my gosh, you are 39 years old. How did that happen?
I know. Jesus Christ.
So you really have to imagine, what is your hair going to be like when you're 49? Not like what is your hair going to look like in 3 months?
Yeah, right.
Because it won't look.
I just want to keep what I have.
It's really
for the long
what
term.
Both of those are there for is to preserve it, so that the 49 and 59-year-old version of you has more hair than you otherwise would.
Yeah.
But you're not going to have the hair of a 32-year-old when you're 49.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
You'll just have decent hair when you're 49.
Okay.
Or really good hair when you're 49, but you're not going to have more than you have.
Right.
So yeah, minoxidil, totally fine, totally benign.
Okay.
We'll throw that in with the finasteride. You're taking 5 milligrams of finasteride or 1?
I'm cutting it into fourths.
Perfect.
The 5?
Yeah, because you can't really cut it into 5s.
Yeah.
So, do you need more of that?
I do. I'm out.
What pharmacy are we using now? I will have them contact you. Were you about to run out of anything?
I was given Doxypep.
Okay. Are you running out of that?
Yes.
And do you need more? We'll just have you get more of everything.
Okay.
How's that sound?
Yes, please.
You got it.
Would you ever be down to be on my channel to do like a podcast interview?
Absolutely.
I'd love that.
Yeah. Would you ever be down for me doing something that I find, the stuff that I find interesting?
Yeah. Like what?
I really like history of HIV.
Okay.
Particularly parts of history of HIV that I don't think get very much attention. So most of the history of HIV that people pay attention to is really the stuff that happened like in the United States in 1981 going forward. But HIV has been around for 100 years, and there's that murkier part that we know less about of what was going on with HIV before it showed up. It was discovered here, right, in Los Angeles in 1981, but we know that the first person that had verified HIV died in 1959, and it was going on completely unrecognized in Congo for decades. So I find part of that stuff interesting. I find the early years of ACT UP interesting. All sorts of that stuff like that.
Great. Yeah. Love it.
Anyway, but yes, I'd be honored.
Did you get my email? Is that the right email to?
Was that the one that got you here?
I don't know, because I called here as well.
Did you? I thought, God knows. Sometimes I get so many emails I forget to respond right away. But I did get your email.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I thought,
just want to make sure it's active.
Who knows what I did, but I thought I asked somebody to call you to get you scheduled.
Yeah, someone did.
Good. Okay.
I just didn't know how. Okay, so that's great.
They called you or you called them?
They called me. I had called previously. They got back to me and they're like, sorry, he's not taking anybody.
Yeah. That was me saying call him and get him in.
Okay.
Yeah, so yes, I
appreciate that.
Yeah, I got your email. What else are we doing, kiddo? Do we need to check for some STDs? We need to get you some Doxypep.
Yeah.
Did Kaiser get you Doxypep?
Yes.
Okay, good. Good for them. I wasn't sure how easily they were making that accessible.
Yeah.
But they were. 60 tablets.
Okay, they gave me 8. So,
8?
Yeah. So that's the...
Why would anybody want to have sex more than 4 times? No, so there are... Doxypep is interesting. Different countries and different locations are coming up with different sort of approaches to it. Some places are very stingy. Some people have a little bit of a puritanical view. But the U.S. branch of the International AIDS Society recently came out and said, give people 60 at a time. Just don't put up artificial barriers to healthcare.
Yeah.
And we don't need to be puritanical about it. Just there's your Doxypep. Use it as needed. What else, kiddo?
think that's everything.
We'll try some propranolol. You're going to know that you've got other options. There you have it.
Thank you.
We'll check some labs.
Yeah.
Get you a new pharmacy.
That too.
Perfect. Take some big deep breaths. More. Beautiful. Where did you get your hair transplant?
Turkey.
I was going to ask you if you went to Turkey.
They reached out on Instagram and offered it.
That seems to be the place where people are going.
Yeah.
A friend of mine just went to Turkey.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to recover?
A few weeks.
And did you first, you lost it a little bit and then it started to grow?
I'd never had hair that low. I've just always had a high hairline.
Mm-hmm.
And they reached out and they're like, do you want a hair transplant? I said, actually, yeah. I'd love a 4-head instead of a 5-head.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll get some labs and get you out of here. Did you get a flu vaccine this fall?
I did.
Oh,
that was... Thank you for bringing that up. So I had...
Yes, you did. October 16th.
I had 2 HPV vaccines.
Uh-huh.
Is there supposed to be 3 total in
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Should we get you your third?
Is it time?
I don't know. Let's find out. We will find out if it's time. No. You're...
Another month?
No. You're going to wait another 2 months.
2 months, okay.
April. After April 16th will be time.
Okay.
So the next time we see you,
okay,
very
great.
likely.
Cool.
We could see you whenever. We'll see you a little sooner just because we got some kind of non-medical stuff, right? Because we want to make sure that your anxiety is not interfering with your life.
That would be amazing.
And we can even do that by phone if you'd like.
Sure.
Just say
whatever
you want. Doesn't matter to me. Okay, kiddo. We'll get you out of here soon.
Thanks, big guy.
Yeah. Good to see you.
You.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Just hang out here. We'll get you out of here in no time.
Okay. After meeting with Dr. Gladstein, I went and did my STI tests, urine, and then a couple of swabs, and then went to my blood work done. And he took a total of, I believe, 7 vials of blood for all the different tests that they're going to do. And I will, of course, follow up this video with another video talking about my labs and the results so that I can go over that with you guys as well. But basically, I love doing these videos just to show you how normal these doctor visits are. There's nothing scary, there's nothing to worry about. We're just like everybody else.
Just see